4 les damos una muy cordial bienvenida a este desayuno. Mi nombre es Catherine Watt y soy la directora de Relaciones Institucionales con la Business School. Nosotros somos un business school basado en Estados Unidos, pero que busca apoyar emprendedores, empresarios y proyectos de inversión en toda la región de Latinoamérica. En este momento tengo el gran placer de presentarles a una de nuestras profesoras mejores calificadas de todo el faculty. ¿Sí? Y tengo su biografía aquí en inglés, le lo voy a dar. Susanne Muller is a business professional with an active mind. Think like an expert, be the expert. She has extensive corporate experience in human resources and overall coaching, global awareness, leadership development, and global talent management. She has worked for Fortune 100 firms in North and South America. She has experience as a teacher at Marymount Manhattan College, New York, Organizational Behavior, MIM College, New York, in leadership and negotiation and coaching certifications, and has also taught certification programs in human resources management, focusing on global talent management. She holds a Master in Organizational Development and Leadership from Columbia University, New York. Within her vast publications include Professional Sports Coaching Using Strategies in 2014, Around the World in 80 Seconds in 2014, and numerous blogs. In her spare time, she is dedicated to being a coach of the New York Running Club and a member of the board of the White Loop Project in New York. She is originally from Switzerland, but Susanne now resides in New York City. She speaks English, French, German, and Spanish. She's here today to talk to us about leadership and engagement. So without further ado, I give you Susanne Muller.
Buenos días, muy amable, muy encantada por estar aquí, pero mi español es muy básico, entonces es mejor que Charbel está traduciendo, so I will change into English, which is a language that I'm much more fluent than in Spanish, because I love all the languages, I love Spanish, and I'm very happy to be here in Mexico City. So thank you very much for having me. I would also like to add, coming to Mexico City, for me is fantastic. I come from a small town of 40,000 people. So now I'm in Mexico City with more than 20 million people. So thinking of, small town, traveling the world, I was working for Swiss Airlines, traveling to more than 50 countries, is widening my horizon, and I always like to share that with everybody. And I would also like to say, if you have a question, please interrupt me at all times. I'm fine with that. This should be interactive. I like to look at you as colleagues. You're experts in your fields, and everybody can learn from each other. So I'm not an expert. I heard once somebody say, if you call yourself an expert, you're already a little bit behind the pendulum. So we want to look forward. We want to be cutting edge, forward thinking. We want to face the global trends and also the challenges that we're facing in today's world. Okay, so here is an agenda that we can focus on, but again, if we have more questions on one topic, we can certainly spend a little more time on the topic that is more of your interest. I will talk about the New York City Summit. As Katie said, I live in New York City. It's the Big Apple, like Alman Sauna, and we hope to see a few of you there for our program that we will have in June 26th. I will just elaborate a little bit more on that. And my topic is leadership versus management. This is a huge topic. We need everybody, right? We cannot just have leaders. We also need managers, but we also need our employees. And the gentleman at Meta Quattro gave me his business card with a lot of smiling people behind. So the people are our energy in our organization. We talk about engagement versus satisfaction. People think that's the same. It's truly not the same. And then my passion obviously is the coaching. I do a lot of coaching, but I also do mentoring people, so there is a slight difference, but it's all about giving back to people and help them develop in their personal growth. We can look at more practical questions for you. What are good questions? What are bad questions? Sometimes we are not really aware that we are not asking good questions, because when we ask good questions, we get better answers from our audiences. Executive presence is a very big word these days, so I want to share some insights on that as well. And then let's see, Q&A is always on the table. So let's look at our fantastic, we have a brochure. It's the New York Global Residency Program, Advanced Business Management for Innovation. Who has been to New York? Okay, a few of you. So everybody should come and meet us there, right? We have been organizing, like Speedy Gonzalez, a fantastic program. As we all know, New York is very fast-paced, similar to Mexico City. We have multi-cultures. A lot of languages are being spoken. Spanish is certainly one of them. Next to English, Spanish comes next. What we want is we want to bring people, experts in the field, from all different industries to New York City to learn, exchange, question, discuss, but also network and become friends. I was recently in the Washington program, and there it was about coming together as friends. Many people, actually with the example of Mexico City, there were 2 or 3 people who never met each other. They come to Washington, oh, you live in Mexico City, let's meet, let's exchange. So it's also bringing the people together from various cultures and countries, and then you can network and bring that back in your day-to-day. And other topics are finance. New York is Wall Street, right? There's a big bucks, the big money is being produced. So we talk about corporate finance. We go and meet a financial sector industry company. But then we also have the honor to go and meet the Swiss ambassador, my home country, can hear about his work, about negotiation bilaterally, because we have all the different missions in New York already. So it's actually very easy in New York to have a meeting with the ambassador of Mexico, but also with the ambassador of Argentina, because they're already in New York. So again, it's all the multicultural that we can see, and I'm curious to ask him questions like, what are the challenges you're facing? How difficult is it to negotiate with other countries or other cultures? So I'm sure we have a lot of questions for him. We also have the opportunity to dine in the delegates dining room, and in the program it says where the kings and the queens are eating. It's a very beautiful room facing the river, and it's a very special event, almost like being here in this beautiful space here. So that's a little bit of fun that we also have. But then we also have one of my very dear friends, Susanne. They started with a food truck. It was up and coming in New York 5, 6, 7 years ago. They have been the #1 food truck for many years. And they deliver waffles, Belgian waffles. Her husband is Belgian. So they had a little truck. They were driving around it, and now they have 6 trucks. I want to say they have 20 employees, and they have a restaurant. So how great is that to see from a small enterprise that they probably started on a kitchen table with a crazy idea, and now they have a restaurant in New York. And you also can go and eat there and enjoy the food, waffles and dingies. And dingies means like little things aside next to the waffle, so you certainly can learn from her. What I'm also very proud of is that we have 2 panels. And I'm a firm believer that you learn a lot from panels, because then you can see 4 or 5 people, we ask the same questions, and you get 4 or 5 different insights on a topic. One of the topics very dear to my heart is the women's panel. So we have 5 women talking about women in executive positions. What are the challenges? What tips can we give to the women, right? How to break through the glass ceiling? What is important? How do we have that seat at the table and be a powerful communicator with the rest of the organization? The other panel is the business across generations, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about the generation. We have 4 or 5 generations working together in any given organization. It's not always easy. So how can we learn? What can the company do with the millennials? How do you train people? But also, how can we work with the Generation Y and the baby boomers and understand them and be inclusive? That's very important. So I hope I gave you a little insight of New York, and certainly we're going to see the Statue of Liberty, the graduation. I don't want to give away everything, but we'll see the Statue of Liberty. We take a boat, so it's kind of like a nice way to see the beautiful skyline of New York. And we ordered nice weather, good food, fun, so I hope to welcome you. Bienvenida a la Gran Manzana. Okay, so but now, let's talk about serious stuff, leadership and engagement. Very serious, right? So, as a manager,